Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about DNA replication. DNA replication. DNA consists of double helical structure. In this, nitrogen base pairs, deoxyribose sugar, and phosphates are present. In this, what is the purpose of DNA replication? DNA replication had a purpose. What is that purpose? Cells needs to make a copy of DNA before dividing. So each daughter cell has a complete copy of genetic information. In these, three proposed models of replication are there. One is semi-conservative, second conservative, third disruptive method. Here in these diagrams we can observe after first replication cycle half of in half will be parent and the half will be daughter. Half is parent and half will be daughter. Here also daughter strands, daughter DNA, and then after second replication half will be daughter and half will be parental strands. In conservative method, parent strands are color differentiation we can clearly depict from color variation. Here blue color and pink color, parental strands, daughter strands. Then from these two daughter strands and here two, but in this disruptive method it is half of half of half of. In all the three methods of DNA replication, that is semi-conservative is the most accepted one because it is proven by Michelson and Stahl experiment. These two scientists prove this through a experiment. First, they take E. coli bacteria and grown them on N15 bacteria. After first generation, they took the bacteria, transferred them into N14 culture. N14 isotope, that is nitrogen isotope, nitrogen having two isotopes, those are N15 and N14. First, they have grown the E. coli on N15, then transferred into the N14. After few generations, they add cesium chloride to it and centrifuged. After centrifugation, they found one in lighter will be sedimentation occurs. Supernatant is taken for observation. In this supernatant, first generation found half parental strands and half daughter strands. In second generation, one half parental strands and one half of daughter strands are. Then next one will be the parent strand and the other will be the daughter strand. So they came to conclusion DNA replication will be in some semi-conservative model. So one will be acting as a template, that is parental strand. The second one will be daughter strand forming in complement to the parental strand. Here in this diagram, we can see semi-conservative model. Replication of DNA. Base pairing allows each strand to serve as a template for a new strand. If A is present, then in the daughter strand that will be T. If on the parent strand T is present, daughter strand it will be A. New strand is half parent template and half new DNA. Here we can observe sugar phosphate backbone, base pair, then old strands because of topoisomerases, helicases, breaking of double helical structure and hydrogen bonds, liases, hydrogen bonds are break, then the stopping of spiraling spring of this DNA strands. Afterwards, complement to each one will be acting as a template and the other will be acting other formed is daughter strand. Anti-parallel strands. This is very important in DNA replication. Nucleotides in DNA backbone are bonded from phosphate to sugar between 3' and 5' carbons. DNA molecule has a direction. Complementary strand runs in opposite direction. This is 5', 3'. This is 3', 5'. This will cause a problem in replication because here 5', 3', daughter strand will be forming in 3', 5'. Reverse, we can observe here in this figure adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine in reverse direction. It will go in reverse direction. So that is called anti-parallel strands. Bonding in DNA. Here we can clearly, I have already said, DNA consists of deoxyribose sugar, then phosphate, yellow color, these are phosphate bonds, adenine thymine, between adenine and thymine, 2 hydrogen bonds, between guanine and cytosine, 3 hydrogen bonds, and between phosphate and ribose sugar, covalent phosphodiester bonds. This is the total structure of and bonding in DNA. 2 hydrogen bonds between adenine and thymine and 3 hydrogen bonds between guanine and cytosine, phosphodiester bonds, DNA replication. Large team of enzymes coordinates replication. First, origin of replication, there should be a bubble should be formed. Afterwards, parental strand, then daughter strand, replication fork should be formed. After replication fork formed, daughter strand formed. Then different directions. If we can, you can see in this diagram, pink color arrows in this direction, in this direction. 2 daughter DNA molecules. In eukaryotes, DNA replication begins at many sites along the giant DNA molecules of each chromosome. I have already said unwinding of DNA strands by helicases. And single-stranded DNA binding proteins are also very important, which are bind to DNA to stabilize the structure. In eukaryotes, it is a replication protein A, topoisomerase. Topoisomerases helps with prevention of DNA strand twisting in swivels. These topoisomerases are of two types. Type 1 will be break one strand only and then rejoin. And type 2 will be breaking both strands and then rejoin. Topoisomerases and helicases. Helicase will be unwinding the DNA strands. Then next topoisomerases. In topoisomerases, one will be breaking only one strand, then rejoining. Then topoisomerase 2 break both strands and then rejoin. Replication. In the first step, unwinding of DNA. Helicase enzyme unwinds parts of DNA helix. This is stabilized by single-stranded binding proteins which prevents DNA molecule from closing. After opening of DNA, that is unwinding of DNA helix, that structure, the DNA molecule will, there is a chance of closing. So, single-stranded binding proteins will prevent DNA molecule from closing. DNA gyrase. This enzyme prevents tangling upstream from the replication fork. Here we can see single-stranded proteins. These are one single-stranded binding proteins. Here helicase unwinding of the DNA. Then next gyrase. This gyrase enzyme prevents tangling upstream of the replication fork. Here is the replication fork. Next, replication second step will be RNA primase enzyme adds small section of RNA, those are RNA primers to the 3' end of template DNA. DNA polymerase 3 enzyme that builds new DNA strand can only add nucleotides to the existing strands of DNA. Here is a RNA primase adds primers to the 3' end of the template DNA. Why this should be done? DNA polymerase 3 builds new DNA strand can only add nucleotides to the existing strands of the DNA. DNA synthesis requires a RNA primer. Without RNA primer, DNA synthesis can't be done. Replication. Third step. Building a daughter DNA strands, that is adding new complementary bases with the help of DNA polymerase 3. Here nitrogen base A In complement T, guanine, cytosine, thymine, adenine. Next, cytosine, guanine. Replication. Fourth step. Replacement of RNA primer by DNA. Sometimes mismatch will be there or some wrong pairing will be there. That will be corrected by DNA polymerase 1. DNA replication in two ways. Those are leading strand and lagging strand. Here, what is the limitation? DNA polymerase 3 having some limitations. Can only build onto 3' end of an existing DNA strand. Next, on lagging strand, Okazaki fragments. Here we can see this is the growing replication 4. This is 3 prime, 5 prime, and this is 5 prime, 3 prime. This is the leading strand. Why? Because DNA polymerase 3 always will help in attaching the primers to the leading strand only, but not to the lagging strand. So, here in this next, that is lagging strand, 3 prime, 5 prime, RNA primase will be attaching the primers here, but there will be gaps. Those gaps should be, because of gaps, those primers will be looking like fragments. These fragments are first discovered by Okazaki. So these fragments discovered by Okazaki, so these fragments will be called as, here you can see, this is one, and this is second, and this is the third. Okay. These are Okazaki fragments. These Okazaki fragments are joined by DNA ligase. DNA ligase is the spot welder enzyme. DNA replication on the lagging strand. RNA primer is added and this is built by RNA primase. Serves as a starter sequence for DNA polymerase 3. However, short segments called these Okazaki fragments are made because it only go in 5 prime, 3 prime direction. Here we can observe primase, RNA primase with the DNA polymerase always will be made go in 5 prime, 3 prime direction. So here these are Okazaki fragments. Replacing RNA primers with DNA. DNA polymerase I removes the section of RNA primer and replaces with DNA nucleotides. DNA polymerase will be removes the section of RNA primers which are important through reverse transcriptase. It will be forming nucleotides. So DNA polymerase 1 will be removes the some sections of RNA primer and replaces with DNA nucleotides. And strands are glued together by DNA ligase. Here in this, first, this is 5 prime, 3 prime. DNA polymerase III always joins RNA primers in 5 prime 3 prime direction only, first point. So, these RNA 5 primers, some of the RNA primers are replaced by, removed and replaced by DNA nucleotides by DNA polymerase I in this diagram. Here, okay. This is removed by RNA primers are removed and replaced that with DNA nucleotides. And again these are glued with DNA ligase. Here in this diagram we can clearly RNA primer removed by RNase H. Gaps between Okazaki fragment. And DNA polymerase 1 delta fills the gap here. Removal of RNA primer and filling the gap with DNA. This is done by DNA nucleotides, that is by our DNA polymerase 1. Then DNA ligase will be closing the gap. So DNA will glue these two and join the strands. Here double stranded ladder like structure. Replication 4. In this diagram we can clearly see how it works. First 3 prime, 5 prime, 3 prime, then 5 prime, 3 prime, unwinding, helicase will be unwinding, then afterwards primase, RNA primase in lagging strand and the leading strand always goes in 3 prime, 5 prime, this is new one. And here DNA polymerase will be attaching the primers, then in lagging strand, because of it goes in 5 prime 3 prime direction only, DNA polymerase 3 binds the RNA primers, so some gaps will be there. These gaps are mismatching, mispairing will be corrected by DNA polymerase 1 after removal of mismatch or mispairing. The RNA primers will be removed and replaced by DNA nucleotides. That gap will be glued by DNA ligase. This is the replication for, here we can see lagging strand and here this is the leading strand. Then SSBs for stabilizing single stranded binding proteins also very important. This is the, in this total DNA replication is we can see. In DNA replication, first step will be unwinding of the DNA. Then second step will be RNA primase attaching RNA primers. Then third step will be building of daughter DNA strands. To the add new next complementary bases. Fourth step will be replacement of RNA primer by DNA, that is done by polymerase. DNA polymerase 1. Stabilization. After that, stabilization. Stabilization of replication machine. DNA polymerase delta and epsilon are attached to the DNA and held in place by other proteins. Sliding clamp proteins proliferating cell nuclear antigen allow the stable binding of DNA polymerase and strand synthesis. Clamp loading proteins. These clamp loading proteins aid in attaching the sliding clamp proteins. When these happen, DNA replication will be stopped. DNA polymerases having more paths. These will be having has a these DNA polymerase enzymes will having a mechanism, proofreading mechanism built in. It checks for base matching, that is polymerase DNA polymerase 1 removes mismatched bases by going backwards. Then reason why it is not able to build DNA in 3' 5'. Because of this reason only, it only build the DNA in 5', 3' direction. It can't build. No energy from ATP hydrolysis makes just one error in 10E8 or 10E9 billion bases added. This is all about DNA replication.